I was already standing when they told me where to sit. Not yelled, not argued, just directed, like furniture. My mother smiled too tightly, eyes flicking past me to the crystal glasses clinking at the adult table. My father cleared his throat. "You can sit over there," he said, pointing to a smaller table near the window. Paper placemats, juice boxes, the kids' table. My married siblings laughed softly, not cruel, worse, comfortable. I nodded, understood. That was the moment something old inside me went quiet. I remember the room in details people miss when they're about to leave forever. The chandelier's warm glow, rehearsed warmth. The way my sister's ring caught the light as she pulled her chair closer to the adults. The empty seat at the end of the main table, saved, I realized, for someone else, not me. I sat, for exactly 3 breaths. Then I stood, folded the napkin I hadn't used, and placed it on the table like a resignation letter. No speech, no scene. I walked out into the cold night with my dignity intact and my phone face down. On the drive home, memories kept pace with the headlights. I was the reliable one, the single one, the one who stayed close when everyone else moved on to spouses and houses with joint mortgages. I handled logistics, emergencies, the quiet labor that doesn't earn seats at tables. When money got tight, I filled gaps. When paperwork piled up, I cleared it. When they needed a signature, it was mine. I told myself it didn't matter, that belonging didn't need ceremony. I was wrong. The truth had been there longer than I wanted to admit. Comments about real adults, jokes about once you're settled, invitations framed like favors. Tonight just stripped the varnish off. It wasn't about marriage, it was about control, about shrinking me so the hierarchy stayed neat. Pain had its moment. It didn't last. Planning did. I didn't lash out. I audited, quietly. I pulled documents I'd signed without fanfare over the years. Power of attorney during my father's surgery, the living trust I'd helped structure, the family LLC I'd been named managing member of for convenience. I read everything, twice. Then I called the lawyer I'd recommended to them. "Hypothetically," I said, calm as a lake at dawn, "what happens if a managing member resigns effective immediately?" There was a pause, then clarity. Over the next few weeks, I did nothing visible. I answered calls, sent polite replies, showed up late, left early. I collected evidence of how often decisions flowed through me without acknowledgement. I prepared notices, timed releases, lined up replacements for myself, on my terms, not theirs. Power isn't loud, it's procedural. The calls started hours after I left that dinner. Missed calls, then texts, then panic. I didn't respond. By Monday morning, the family group chat was a courtroom without a judge. Confusion, accusations, my brother asking why payroll was delayed, my sister asking why the bank needed my confirmation. My mother's message came last. 3 words, "Call me now." I sent 1 email. Subject, "Effective immediately, I resign as managing member." I revoked standing authorizations. I transferred responsibilities according to the clauses they'd never read because they trusted me to handle it. I attached copies. I CC'd the lawyer. No insults, no explanations. Understood. The confrontation came that evening, private but explosive. They crowded my living room like a tribunal, voices overlapping, outrage rehearsed. My father tried authority. My mother tried tears. My siblings tried bargaining. "You embarrassed us," my sister said. "No," I replied. "You revealed yourselves." Silence fell hard. I laid the documents on the table like exhibits. I didn't gloat. I didn't smile. I explained briefly how decisions would now require consensus they didn't have, how timelines would stretch, how costs would rise, how the seat I'd vacated wasn't ceremonial, it was structural. My mother reached for my hand. I withdrew it. I asked for nothing, I said, not a seat, not applause, just respect. They had none to give until it was expensive. The fallout was swift, meetings delayed, vendors confused, the easy machine I'd built ground down. They called, they begged, they promised a place at the adult table, a proper chair, a toast. I declined. Weeks later, I ran into them at another family event, smaller, quieter. The kids' table was gone. The adult table had fewer seats. No one told me where to sit. I chose for myself. Here's the confession part, the piece I don't soften. I didn't do this to punish them. I did it to stop punishing myself. Betrayal doesn't always come with knives. Sometimes it comes with smiles and seating arrangements. I don't regret leaving that night. I regret staying silent for years before it. Justice doesn't always look like applause. Sometimes it looks like a folded napkin left untouched, a door closing without a slam, and a phone lighting up while you finally sleep.